We're back. Hey,
yes, we are.
Listen, I've got to tell them. I've got to tell them. I am about to tell you the biggest surprise, the biggest news to ever hit the coast. Let me tell you what's about to happen. Gulf Coast wrestling fans, only I can bring this to you. I'm about to tell them. I'm fixing to tell them.
Get us in so much trouble.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm bursting at the seams. This is the biggest thing to happen in independent wrestling on the coast since I don't know when.
You're going to drop the bomb.
It's huge. It's so big, and Ultimate Wrestling is bringing it to you. I have struck a deal. It's coming. It is. Let me tell you. You know what? I'm going to wait till the very end to tell them.
Okay.
Because I want you to stay tuned. Okay, so let's talk. I've got to tell them.
Well, wait till the end. If you're going to do it, let's wait till the end of the show.
Now, let's talk about the next match. Omega and Rocket.
Wow.
Okay. These two guys, if you have never saw them, and if this is your first time coming, you'll come back. Because these are one of the most talented wrestlers that you'll ever see. These two guys are amazing.
And you also have one of the strangest and one of the loudest.
And then, what a combination.
Yeah.
Kind of like us.
Yeah.
The strangest and the loudest. There
Right.
you go.
Right.
Well, anyway, so that is an awesome match in itself. You'll only see it where?
Ultimate Wrestling.
At?
The American Legion Post 33, downtown Pensacola.
This Saturday night, August 6th. Amazing
Doors
show.
open at 6, bell time 7 o'clock.
There you go. Tickets only $8.
And that's a lot of entertainment for $8.
Oh my! Well, you know what? Just those last two matches, Colby Godwin and Scarface Waylon Bartley, and then Omega, and then Ricky Rocket. No, I'm sorry, Chris Rocket. Excuse me. But let's see, which match can really be the main event? Just flip. I mean,
yeah, either one. And
incredible.
Is that one for the championship?
Oh yes, absolutely. Wow. Two titles on the line.
Wow.
I mean, come on. No other organization in this town will even give you anywhere close to that kind of entertainment for the money.
That's unbelievable.
Two mammoth matches right there. Now, the match before that. You talk about mammoth. We got more meat in that ring than the butcher shop down the street. Oh my gosh. We got Iron Claw. Your friend now because you've done made friends with him. Iron Claw. And he's tagging up with Ron Horn.
Wow, another big customer. That's
two huge guys. Two guys tipping the scale. Well, one's tipping the scale at about 300, and the other one's very close to it, 280.
Wow. Yeah.
Right around there. Up against two other big old dudes. My bodyguard, Magnus.
Yes.
And Magnus is also bringing in another muscle-bound, big, huge monster by the name of Kurt Matthews.
Where did he find this guy? These guys are
one of his buddies down in Tampa. You know what, dude? Is one of his gym rats down in Tampa.
Wow.
Monsters, man.
And if you have never seen Magnus, one mean and nasty customer.
And big.
And big.
And yet this guy, just as big.
So what can you tell us about Kurt Matthews? I mean, is there any other...
I'm not saying much because you know what, I know him strictly from Magnus, and then Magnus says that you know what, this guy, man, used to run the streets with him, and they used to take care of some business. Wow. You know what, they used to run numbers down in Tampa.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So then they used to basically collect the money,
Thumb breakers.
Oh, bone breakers. Bone breakers. You know what, these two guys, they don't break thumbs, they break bones.
Wow.
So I think Eddie Pittman, Iron Claw, Chief Iron Claw, Eddie Pittman, whatever you want to say, bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And I don't think Ron Horn's going to want to jump into that fight.
Well, that remains to be seen. All the more reason to come and check it out, August 6th.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
So far, I'm going to...
But I'm going to tell you what, I think we need to bring in one of the greatest, one of the most infamous sports consultants that this business has ever had.
You and him have history together.
We got a lot of history together. He's family, but you know what? I think I think we need to just take a break, and I think we're going to come back with my buddy Uncle Jim.
Stick with us.
Okay. We're back now. I am so excited, man. I've got two special guests with me today. Uncle Jim, we are so glad to have you. And you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. You know what? You can tell everybody your story, and I'm going to tell everybody just how tight we are. Just how excited I am that actually, you know what, you've taken Scarface under your belt and you know what, you're going to mold him into a champion, aren't you?
I am.
And also we have with us, you know what, I'm going to just call you Jay. Jay, because you know what, as of right now, man, nobody needs to know any more than that. Just Jay. You know what, Jay's kind of quiet. I might let him talk a little bit, but you know what, Jay can take care of some serious business. So let's get to the point at hand. You were, you know what, you were out for a while, weren't you?
I was. After being the manager of the Ultimate Legend, Bobby Dow, for 4 years, when it was discovered that Bobby could no longer continue his in-ring career, I had to look and look and look to find someone big enough, find someone bad enough for my attention.
You know what, I get choked up too every now and then. Every time I hear you talk about that, I just get kind of choked up. You know, my eyes start to water a little bit. Yeah, well, you know.
So,
you know, man, me too. But now,
yeah,
you know,
we're having a tough time here.
But I want to know, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened with Scarface. Whenever you approached him and you said what? What did you say to him?
I went up to him and I said, Waylon, you're good. Waylon, you're awesome. Waylon, you're the baddest thing going on right now in Ultimate Wrestling. But what you need is you need someone like Uncle Jim. Waylon, you were in the first or second matches, and then you were done for the night. Uncle Jim went up to Waylon Barley, and I told him, Waylon, you come Uncle Jim will take you to gold. Gold means money. Money means gold.
So, in just 1 week of you being his so-called sports consultant, tell him what you did.
In 1 week, without any help from anybody in Ultimate Wrestling, without any help from anybody in Ultimate Wrestling.
Anybody?
Without any help, wink, wink, from anybody in Ultimate Wrestling, Waylon Barley will challenge Mr. ROH, Reign of Honor, Colby Godwin, August 6th.
For the Sterling Championship.
For the Sterling Championship.
Just a week on the job, and you know what? Somebody like you, who just totally demands respect everywhere you go, you know what? People just absolutely give you what you need, don't you? Other guys out there, guys like maybe Mays, that's $2 yeoman, that's, might want to have you as a personal consultant, as a personal sports consultant. I know that you've had guys like that in your, you know what, man, this guy played football for FSU. I don't like to brag about that because that's not really something to brag about. But basketball, right? Sports background, unbelievable. And didn't you just get a part in a movie?
I sure did.
Got a part in the new, what?
G.I. Joe 2.
G.I. Joe 2 with The Rock.
With The Rock.
Wow.
Yes.
See? Hey, you know what? Here's a guy right here that you might want to take under your wing.
That's sports and Hollywood right there.
That's right.
Sports and Hollywood. You could be the quickest that any rookie in this business has held gold.
There you go.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
There you go. See? You're always working. That's what I like about you, Jim.
Gold means money, money means
You're
gold.
always working. You know what? You have watched me and you've learned well.
I was taught by my mentor that if you don't get respect and if you don't get the gold, then you need to take what you want to take.
That's right. Take it out. So, let's see, I would say this. Before we go, is there any kind of prediction? Can you see the future? Are you going to lay it out on the line? Your man Scarface up against one of the toughest men in, I would say, Ultimate Wrestling, or like anywhere else for that matter. Give me your insight on this match.
We were with Colby Godwin, and you'll remember it. We were up in Baker. And BTY disrespected me.
Oh, yeah, that's
we
true.
were over in Milton. BTY disrespected me.
Yeah.
Of course, I kind of lit him up for that right there. BTY, Mr. ROH, Reign of Honor, it's time to pay Uncle Jim.
But, let me tell you, man, that's a tough customer. Now, what you're saying is some big words. You know, I mean, this is Mr. ROH. You know, I mean, this is Colby Godwin, one of the meanest, toughest, and baddest dudes on the Gulf Coast. You know, I don't see how in the world you're going to do it.
Colby Godwin is one of the very best that I have ever seen down here.
That's true.
On the whole Gulf Coast, not just Ultimate, the whole Gulf Coast. But
Scarface,
6'5". He's been on a diet. 280.
is he 280 now?
Oh,
That's just one
solid
leg.
steel.
There you go. And sex appeal.
And sex appeal. With Uncle Jim in his corner.
Yeah, there you go. You know, that's
August
the fact.
6th.
August 6th.
We will see a new champion. We will see Uncle Jim, the manager of champions, carrying gold again.
You know what? Those are some mighty big words from Uncle Jim. So, I think we're going to come back. And hey, you know, Jim, I want to just thank you for being here. I want to thank you for driving your new car all the way down here. I'm sick and tired of hearing about his new Camaro. But anyway, that's, you know what? He'll let you know what it is. And if I can get somebody, you know what, to go outside and actually give me his tag number, then I'm going to just tell everybody out there what it is. And that way, you know what, if you see him going down the road, bump into him.
Hey, somebody else's wife got to drive the Camaro, and once again, you didn't.
I don't know who that somebody else's wife would be. But anyway, so in the next segment, we will be back, and I just might tell you guys one of the biggest, one of the greatest. Oh, I am so excited about this. One of the biggest announcements that anybody has ever heard on the coast. You are going to be blown away. We'll be right back.